June 6th will mark the 80th anniversary of the D-Day invasion. Some Americans who took part in the liberation of Europe will return to Normandy for the last time. But a 100-year-old Bloomington veteran is making his first trip there. WCCO's John Lauritsen shares why it means so much to Les Schrenk.
You don't sit around watching TV drinking beer. You keep active.
5 days a week, Les Schrenk can be found doing water aerobics at his senior living facility. He goes hard for 45 minutes, exercising his arms, legs, and mind.
I still feel young. I don't have any aches or pains or anything like that, so I think I'm very, very thankful.
At 100 years old, Les is used to making waves. But in early June, he'll leave his pool behind and head for the English Channel.
I enlisted because my brother was in the Air Force, and naturally I wanted to be in the Air Force.
Even though he fought in World War II, Les was a prisoner on D-Day. A couple months before the Allied invasion, he and his crew were shot down by a German ace in Denmark. He spent more than a year as a POW and was subjected to brutal interrogations by his captors.
I'm tired of war and all its strife.
Writing poetry with his fellow American prisoners helped him get through.
Now, dear Lord, please let me rest.
But there was something else that kept him going. Les always wondered why the German pilot who shot his plane didn't finish them off.
He could have kept on shooting at us when the plane was on fire, knowing fully well that we would have hit the water and drowned, but he didn't do that.
Finally, in his late 80s, curiosity got the best of him.
Actual photo of the plane that he shot us down with.
And with help from European friends, Les tracked down a phone number for the German who spared his life. When he called, a woman answered.
I was grateful. I wanted to put flowers on his grave. And she says, "What do you mean put flowers on his grave? He's sitting right here beside me."
Oh, hello, hello, hello. Hans Herman, that's been so long.
That's how Les got to know Hans Hermann Muller. They became the unlikeliest of friends and even agreed to meet in Germany.
We hugged each other, and it was like we were old buddies.
And then Les asked the question that had been haunting him for decades. Why was his crew allowed to live?
And he said, "Yes, I could have shot you, but why should I?" Is exactly what he said.
Do you think he was just tired of the killing and the war at that point?
I think so, yes. If it would have been anybody else, I wouldn't be here today.
And that wasn't all.
Look at this.
Les made an unlikely discovery on another trip to Europe.
B-17G.
A metal detector helped him find the data plate that was on his crashed and forgotten B-17.
That's absolutely precious.
The equivalent of finding a needle in a haystack.
How surprised were you that all those years later that was still there?
We couldn't believe our eyes.
Now he wants to open his eyes to something else. Even at 100 years old, Les is eager to learn more about the sheer grit and determination of American soldiers. And he figures Normandy is as good a place as any to continue that education.
I'm glad I lived to tell about it. I've put all the bad things behind me a long, long time ago.
With photojournalist Tom Aviles, John Lauritsen, WCCO News.
Incredible story. Les says that he is also going because that is what his wife Bernice would have wanted. They married after he got home from World War II and were together for 75 years before she died last summer. Les will be traveling with Old Glory Honor Flight based out of Appleton, Wisconsin.